Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's Miss Annette. I hope y'all like that new little introduction. That is my son and his family. He is now on YouTube. So go check him out. Cardi Klein plays around the world. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. Let me get that down from. Um, let's hope I can get through this one here today. Yeah, I know y'all see that title. That title, we are all waiting in line. Okay, we gotta have that little bit of music because last week I sure didn't have it going. Anyway, let me thank my Most High, who I choose to call God, who lives in me and works through me every day. I thank him. Let's go. Come on in here. Come on in here. Yes. This is a topic here today. Let me thank a few more people. Hey, let me thank Smack of the Black Tea Talk. How you doing? You can catch him on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Ooh. Yeah, he switched up that time. I almost said the old days, but it's the same time. Let's go. You hear that tune? Mark Taylor, I appreciate you. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. And you can catch Mark at Official Mark Taylor, Instagram. Look him up. He got some good beats going on over there. Alrighty, let's keep it going. Also, I'm going to thank my graphic designer, Kaz. How you doing, Kaz? You can find Kaz at gokazgo.com. Excuse me there. All right. Also, Lenice. Hey, Lenice. How you doing? Yes. You see, I'm just I like this. I love this, Shane. Thanks, Lenice. I appreciate you. And also, you can find Lenice at lovelytreasurestores.com. Yes, check her out for some of these little pieces here. Anyway, let's move it right along. Oh, Kina, Treasure Chest. I got some rings from her. I got to put her information up too. But you can see some of this information is strolling at the bottom of my screen. Hey, let's go. Let's go. You know, listen, I always got to make sure she on because, I'm all new to all this stuff here. So, let's see if I can get this thing here. Okay, yes, I am. Also, let me thank my photographer. Michael, I can't wait to see you again. Ooh, yes, so I can do my thing in front of your camera. I appreciate you, Michael. You can also find Michael's information showing at the bottom of the screen. I'm not gonna forget my friend Bert. Bert Works. Hey Morris, how you doing? He's up there in New York, the home improvement guy. If you need that kitchen done, the basement. Okay, winter's coming. He do the boilers and hot water tanks. Give him a call. His information is also shown at the bottom of my screen. Yes. Well, it's going to be one of those nights because Miss Annette has picked a topic that I think a lot of people don't like to talk about it. And it was a few famous people that passed this week and last week. The first one that I do want to show is Oh, Miss Ness, gonna figure this out. I know I got to do this first. Wait. Is that right? Let me make sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I gotta do that first. Mm-mm-mm. We gonna do this, right? Right. Da, 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 da. Mm. We had Nene Leaks. Her husband passed away, and I think she really got me to kind of like picked on this particular topic that I am going to share. As soon as Mr. Nick get this going here.
Hi, Nene.
Let me. Ooh,
Yeah.
do that. Let me start this again. Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Come on now. Don't be scared of computer, Mr. Ned. You got to do this. I am going to set her up. Hey, who's that? When you come on in here, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for coming through. Hey, Carrie. I am going to play when she announced that her husband was in transition. I really, took a look at how she said her husband was transitioning at home. I'm gonna play this a short little, and I am gonna mute that music. How y'all doing?
All right.
I hope you guys enjoyed the rounds tonight. I had a few people to approach me about a birthday, right?
Yes.
You guys are saying, hey, happy birthday.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Please, I'm asking everybody in this house. I had no idea I was going to walk in here and grab this microphone and make an announcement. And I want to say this to you. And I want to be at peace. You see me, you see my son, give us a lot of love, okay? Right. My husband is transitioning to the other side, and I don't know if they happy birthday to you.
Thank
You
you.
guys are supposed to be down this room. The real truth is you're rude. You don't know what we're dealing with right now.
Yes.
We walk in this lounge, so we have to walk in because this is our business.
Yes.
So when people approach and say you're rude, because you don't want to say happy birthday, my husband is at home dying.
Yes.
And I don't want to say happy birthday, okay?
That's right.
So please give us some respect, give us some love, okay? That's what we ask you to do. You see my son right here, he's hurting, I'm hurting, we walk in here because we have to walk in here, because we have this business. But my husband is losing his life at this very moment. So when you stepped to me and told me I was rude, I really was upset by that. Because sometimes you don't know what people are dealing with and what people are going through. I must say she handled that very well. I'm glad that she, explained, why, if people thought she was being rude, why, we like to take people for what they see every day in media. We don't know what people are going through in their lives. We really do not know. And in everyday life, this is what I want to say. Please, we got to really start looking at how we address one another, because we don't know what someone is going through each day. I'm going to share this. Hey, Franklin. Hi, lady. I'm going to share this because I remember having to not explain myself. Someone was really like disrespectful to me when I was going to Lenise, HMD. I had to report there, and my thing was just found out I had cancer, and the young lady that was behind the desk, I spoke to her and asked her to I needed to see a nurse. It was very important. And this young lady stood there. And it was a young man, another officer standing, and she was gazing in this man's face, smiling. I'm not knocking her hustle, but it was HMD. People did go in this particular building and office, that were sick. Yes. And, I gave it a second. And I asked her again, and she ignored me. And I proceeded to walk in the back to where the nurses was at. And she got real disrespectful. And then I had to show her the other side of me not being nice, because she had no idea that I needed to come see that nurse and cry on that nurse's shoulder because I had just found out I had cancer. So again, we got to consider that, everyday life, you may see people smiling like everything is okay. No, not all the time. After having several medical issues to get hit in the face with cancer, I didn't want to be nice to anybody. I did not at all. And it was a big scene too, Lenise. Because I got laughed that all the captains came out in the back. And they tried to push me in this little, office behind that desk. And I wasn't having it. But I bet you the next time I went to HMD, that young lady was not there. Oops. It wasn't about trying to get her removed from her post. But if you at work and you're supposed to be doing a job, I suggest you proceed to do that. Nene, she explained it so well. And why I say that, she used the proper terminology when she used the word transitioning. We have to learn how to rephrase how we use the word transitioning, because he wasn't gone yet. We like to attach, what is it? Terminal illness. Okay. We all know terminal illness is something that, there's no cure for or whatever. And eventually this person is going to pass on. But at the same time, we could use the word transitioning now. This is just my opinion. Because we tend to, look at transitioning as, a bad entity of life. Let me tell you something. Like that title say, we are all waiting in line. Ain't nobody gonna get out that line and move to the next side. They can't just skip the line. You cannot. Everybody is going to transition out of this place here. Now, as far as I know, nobody has ever came back and told me what was on the other side. Nobody, excuse me. Just me like, I dropped my phone. Oh, sorry, yeah. But nobody's never came back. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. New address. And the other thing when it comes to transitioning out, we have to look at the person who is transitioning and always remember giving them that respect and the comfort at that time. Nene, she took the time to come to her, I believe that was her club, her supper club, because that's what they usually did. She wasn't expecting anybody's birthday to be that particular day, and people are walking up to her because they're looking at her character that she played on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah. So, again, I think she did a very good job at, letting them know how her husband was home transitioning. You know, again, we have to be more considerate. But because I believe she announced, he was battling, I believe it was colon cancer. And I have to say, we don't owe anybody an explanation. But again, our loved ones, people that we watch on mainstream media, they always come up with the announcement. I do believe I had put a little bit more that I wanted to show, because we don't know how or when we will transition. And that's why I felt like talking about this particular subject, because we don't know the time and day. Nobody's promised tomorrow. It's inevitable for each and every last one of us that stands on this earth that we have to transition out of here. I definitely have to say, my parents definitely prepared me. I am doing, hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. And my parents, I'm going to say, my parents definitely prepared me. I think they prepared, their children, but I know I was very much prepared from my parents. My dad, that's my daddy. That's my dad. He transitioned February 17th. And October 1st will be his first, birthday living in transition. It's not easy. I carry my dad with me every day. The difference for me now is that I can't pick up the phone and see him on FaceTime like we used to do. I can remember waking him up, Daddy, Annette, what you want? What you doing, Daddy? Me sleeping. What you want, Annette? My dad had a very heavy West Indian accent. And, but he always told me, I'm not going to be here forever, Annette. I got to go. I'm not going to be here forever. My parents always, mention that. And, my mom did the same thing. The one thing a parent don't want is to transition when their children are very young, or to have their children transition before them. I can't really talk about that. So I'm not going to touch that subject, because I don't know how it is for people who children have transitioned before them. Again, it's a real touchy topic. I definitely want to share something else with my audience tonight, because, like I said, we don't know when or where, how, but we all gonna transition. We are gonna transition from here. I just try to prepare my children as my parents prepared me. And let them know, I don't know when, I don't know how, but we prepare, as far as financial side, and letting them know, yeah, I love you. I'm always going to be with you, just not physically. I truly believe spiritually my dad and my mom is still with me. I always say when I have a dream about my mother, something is going on in the family, either with one of my kids or my siblings or my nieces. Something's going on in the family. I noticed that when I dream about my mom, that's what's going on. Again, we don't know when or how, and people transition out of here in so many different ways. And it's hard any way that they leave us. Recently we lost Michael Williams. Yeah, we recently lost him. It doesn't matter really, because I hear all the speculations on what took him out. It doesn't matter. He's transitioned. He was a great actor. I used to watch him in The Wire. That was my, yeah, he did the thing. And he's more than likely he's going to be missed. His family is going to miss him. And what I want to convey to people is that they may not be with us physically. Remember the good times y'all had. We got to remember the good times. We got to hold those memories dear. We got to hold the stories. We have to pass them down to, our legacy, our descendants. We got to pass that information down. I know, every day is not a great day for people, but I know we've had some good times in our lives, and to share those good stories that it could be passed down to our grandchildren and possibly our great-great-great. As far as they go. Yeah, and then I looked up how, we lost quite a few people that were important. See, his face is very recognizable. He went at a very young age. And we all miss him. But just imagine his family, those who loved him directly. We loved him from the outside. We was not in his immediate circle. He left us some slamming music, hip, and we had to get hot. We needed to get hip to what was going on so we can start trying to come up out of some of what this illusion that we got going on, that people are feeding us these agendas. He was very good at giving a tale. Also, another famous person, everybody know him. I did not know much about Nipsey Hussle until he passed. And my son was like really just upset. And I never heard about him. So that's how I learned about Nipsey Hussle. And then I listened to some of his music. My son was devastated. He was devastated. We have lost a lot of people that we admired afar, who has left a message, left a mark on our heart and in this world. So my thing is, that's what we need to do as individuals. We all need to leave our mark and a message here in this world. Years later, these same podcasts, my great grandchildren might come back and say, that was my grandma. Yeah. Trying to leave some information, some knowledge, and how we transition out of here. Now, I know he's very famous because he was the food guy. Now, the difference, because the last two that I showed, and I'm going to go back, and that's why I said we don't know how we going to leave here. Unfortunately, this man was murdered. He was also murdered. We be wondering, why? We can't even question why. We just got a whole lot of debauchery going on here in this world. People doing things that, like, to me, it just don't make any sense at all. Now, how you transition, we don't know. I do believe he committed suicide. And yeah, that's a whole different topic is when we transition out of here. We don't know what anyone is going through when they take their life. My thing again is I want people to understand this is the way people choose to transition out. We can't put them down. We may never understand why, and then a lot of people say, well, damn, he had all that money. Why would he, take his life? Why? It's, it was his choice. Unfortunately, that's how he chose to go. And I brought a few more pictures about where other individuals, everybody know Don Cornelius. He also, took his life. That's how he chose to transition out. I remember when he did it back in 2012. I didn't understand. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I understand why he did it. I don't understand. I don't know why. But it was his choice. It's the people that we leave behind. No matter what, when we transition out, it's the ones that we leave behind that we have to, prepare for us leaving out. Everybody knows him. He played on Fantasy Island. He also took his life back in 1993. Also, Dana Plato, she was on no, that wasn't Facts of Life. But she also took her life. Again, we have no idea why individuals, choose to do that. But I'm learning I would never judge anybody for taking their life. I just wouldn't do it. All that I've learned over the years. Yeah. It is. I know that might have been the hardest decision that these individuals could have made to actually step out of this realm by their own. There you go. Yeah, she was from Different Strokes. Thanks so much, Lisa. How you doing? Oh man, yeah, Different Strokes. I couldn't remember it. But she took her life, and we have no idea what type of pain this young lady was in, or anybody who chooses to, take their life with their own hands. I know they had to have a battle with doing that. We were taught not to take our lives. It was called the sin. And right about now, everything that's going on is a sin. People have to deal with what they're going through and how they choose to do their transition. We can't knock them. Now, I'm going to jump to another type of transition that I don't think anybody was really prepared for this. And we're coming up on the anniversary of 9/11. Now, this is what the buildings looked like before. The Twin Towers. I think it's Saturday is the 11th, and we're talking 20 years later. I remember it being in New York. It was primary day that day. I went into the office. I worked for a city council member in Brooklyn, and we was going to the polls, but we had to stop in the office first. And by the time I got to the office, it was just coming out that the towers was hit. Now, this, the people that lost their lives here, I'm going to say it was like, this is a tragedy. A lot of people calls it murder, conspiracy, the government. I don't know. But when you lose your life unexpectedly, taken from your family, I can only imagine how, their family members felt when it came to this tragedy. We handle, death in so many different facets. Everybody, handles it different. It's not something easy to handle because we're selfish. We're selfish individuals. We want to keep our loved ones forever. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm one of those people too. I wanted to keep them forever, but I knew that was not possible. It's just not possible. And I think it's about preparing our loved ones. A lot of people talk about, oh, I got a will, oh, I got the insurance, oh, but did you prepare them mentally for when you transition? I don't think we, consider that, part of, leaving and transitioning out. Some people cannot handle, their loved ones, transitioning out of here. I've heard of people take their own lives when their mothers go, or a grandparent, whoever raised them. Again, we have to start talking about this with our loved ones, our children, our grandkids, and we have to make it like, don't worry, I'm gonna be okay, and you're gonna be okay. We cannot continue to not talk about this, because I'm hearing that this is a topic that people don't want to discuss. I know, even though my parents prepared me, a lot of what they did, when I was coming up, anytime when I didn't listen, my mom would always say, Annette, you're gonna wish I was here one day when you can't pick up the phone and call me. And that day came. That day came. It is such a heartbreaking moment. No, we're never ready for it. But I think the way my parents prepared me, I was able to survive it. I still cry for my mommy. I still cry for her. Mm-hmm. I dream about her. I miss her, but she's here with me. She's in my heart always. I do have her picture up here on my little man. But that man back there, my dad. Yes, I'm a daddy's girl. That was me, a daddy's girl. This was the scene in New York City, and I'm gonna show it because I remember watching this on television. I don't want to get into the realms of all, like, how the hell did the planes get that close? I don't know. Anyway, it was over 3,000 people that lost their lives. And many people died afterwards because of the pollution in the air down there in Manhattan. Their families was not, expecting them not to come home from work, because it can happen that easy. You can go to work and it could be an accident. Anything. But my thing is, we have to learn how to talk to our loved ones and give them, confident, information. We have to let them know this is gonna happen. How it's gonna happen, we don't know. I think, and it's not about how are they gonna grieve. No, I think we need to more or less talk to them about, allowing us when it's time for us to transition. If they're there with us, some people really freak out. They freak out. I gotta say this. Ooh. Let me take this off my screen. This had never happened to me before. This year, a friend of mine's called me when he was on his deathbed. No, missing that. No, no, I didn't want to hear that. Oh no. No, I didn't handle it well at all. I'm gonna tell you that. I did not handle it well at all. It was hard to hear somebody that you just care about that, call and tell you goodbye. I'm like, what? That was rough. And this is what made me start looking at the transitioning period for people. They explained that they was at peace and they just wanted to do that, and I understand that. We lose people in our lives every day, especially with this COVID going on. It has gotten rough. Yeah, I know a lot of people that passed from COVID. It's definitely heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. And we're gonna lose a lot more. They're not talking about the ones that passed because of taking the goofy juice, but I follow it on, certain platforms, and I find out information that these people are having a problem with taking that goofy juice, the lemon juice. We really have to be careful on how we do it. We have to stay in control of our bodies. We're supposed to have the right to say yes or no when it comes to our body. I don't understand how all of a sudden we don't have rights over our body. That's a problem. Because this is not the safest thing that they brought on the market. And this is not to knock anybody who's done it. Mm-mm. Everybody makes their decisions for themselves. But like a person like me that had, cancer twice, I don't see me taking that risk. So that's a no for me until it's like much more research done on it. And they can give me better stats on it. I don't want to take the risk at all. Yeah. But again, when it comes to transitioning out, we really need to learn how to talk to our loved ones, our family, so that, not that they get comfortable with it, that they can deal with that time during that time. We tend to want to talk about everything under the sun when it comes to all these different issues. We want to talk about the next person, what they're wearing, how they look, and nobody wants to talk about real issues that's going on in our country or what's happening every day. I have to say this also. My best friend, it's hard. I've gotten a lot better about talking about her. She passed in January 2018, and it broke me. It broke me. It broke me down. Her birthday is coming up also, October 3rd. It was very difficult to handle, because again, I felt she just left too soon. She was 50. But one of the things that I had to come to terms with is we had a great time together. We had fun. And I hold on to those memories like gold. And it keeps her alive in my heart. We was that. We was that. But I miss her physically. I miss her physically. I remember it took me a long time. It took me a very long time to come out that rut. It took me a long time. But again, like I said, I remember the good times. I remember this particular time we was driving in the car with her mother and her sister was driving the car. We was driving. We had all our kids. I'm gonna tell this story. But get your kids right. Tell me. We was driving. We was going to some park and we had all the kids loaded up. We each had 2 kids, so it was 6 kids in the car. And it was 4 adults. It was me, Margie, Sandra, and Sandra's mother. Oh, they gonna kill me. What? Wait a minute, let me get myself together. What happened was, my little girl Danielle, she belched. Her mother was driving. Danielle's mom was driving. And she belched. Danielle was about 8, maybe 7, 8, somewhere around there. But Sandra had to pull over because my girlfriend, Margie, and her mother had to throw up. They had weak stomachs. You see how I'm laughing now? I was laughing like that did too. I could not believe these people. They was actually throwing up. And I learned that a couple of years later, when I went to corrections, I found out I had a weak stomach. I never had a weak stomach before then, but years later, I ended up telling Margie, the smells that I smelled in locker and jail and racket from them women. Anyway, I'm going to get back to my topic, but I thought that was so funny, that they actually, had to throw up. So the other piece that I want to talk about when it comes to people transitioning to the other side is once they're gone, we need to learn how to celebrate their life. I can remember 20, 30 years ago, people were all black to funerals. Everybody was just so somber. Then the repast, it was just a little food. But now I've seen a change, and I'm going to say this, that's what we need, and we got to continue to, is to celebrate their lives, how they impacted your life. My dad impacted my life great. Yeah, he sure did. My mom, Margie, she impacted my life. Wonderful. Absolutely. I have very good memories of Morgie. We had a great time coming up. We definitely have to learn how to celebrate their lives and not mourn them. I think that is so. I just think it's out of place. We mourn for them, but not mourn their life. You know, I can remember, you in my family, we've had so many that transitioned. My mom had 3 siblings transition in 1 year, and it changed my mom. It really changed her. Um, I remember when my aunt passed, and to this day, I'm so uncomfortable with going to the burial site. That's for me. That's for me. Because it was very difficult to see them put my aunt down. It really was. I loved her. She went young. hmm Um, this is the one thing I know absolutely for sure. We all have to transition out of here. We have to. Um, we can't get around to. Uh, I wouldn't want to stay here forever. I want to enjoy myself while I'm here, absolutely. But I know one day I'm going to also have to transition, and it's okay. Simple. You would have left it to these doctors. They would have had me transition a long time ago. For sure. And this is the other thing. It's definitely a spiritual and an emotional and it's physical because all of that to me, when you're going through transition, the ones that are, still left behind are very emotional. The person that is transition is going through a physical, aspect of leaving that body. And, it's spiritual to me. That's how I see it all together. All of these facets are happening at one time. The spiritual side, the emotional side, and the physical. And it's all how we learn to deal with all these areas as someone is transitioning. Absolutely. We have to. I think it's my opinion we should learn how to deal with it better, especially after, what I've been through. It's taught me that something else could have taken me out, but it wasn't. People like to say, oh, it wasn't your time. I'm going to tell you this. It just wasn't my time. I'm a fighter. I'm going to fight to the bitter end. I fought to be right here, right now, and to look like this. I fought. Because what the medical industry was telling me that, they was telling me to go home and just, for real. What I've been through, you have to be in tune with yourself spiritually. And I know that's the only way I came up out of what I came out of. I had to reach for the universe. I keep telling people it's not what's here on this earth. Because if it was, I don't think I'll still be effing here. I had to reach outside of all this to sit here and talk about, transitioning out of here. We should never allow, other people dictate to how we and when we transition. and I really felt that's what was going on for me. Yeah, that happened. They definitely said it was done. And I'm like, nah, nah. I kept searching for answers. And thank goodness I did. I kept searching for answers. The one thing I had to look at is that I caught a lot of my medical issues early because, again, I knew my body and I knew when something was off. And I always went to deal with it through a physician. But in the end, it wasn't the physicians that really brought me where I'm at right now. That was just for the universe. Absolutely. So, I will say this much about transition. We are all waiting in line. We can't get around it at all. So I just suggest, that we talk to our loved ones, because we're leaving people behind, just like people left us behind. And not even learn how to deal with it. It's not about that. It's about having the discussion, the conversation with your loved ones about transition, because we all are waiting in line. And a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but we are. And this is why Miss Sinette came with this particular topic tonight. Yes. So, I am definitely going to call it a night. I'm cold as ever because I have the AC on. I got to hurry to turn that on. It's too cold in here. But as I close out, I want to thank everybody that came through, and I want to thank everybody that even liked this podcast. I appreciate y'all so much for just coming through and listening to some of what I bring to the platform. I gotta work on my guests. If you come through and you catch this video later, please give a thumbs up for Miss Annette. Oh, did I name her tonight? Yeah, no, I'm just changing the whole subject. I'm so sorry. But I'm calling her Tina. Yeah, because I said I was going to start naming mine. Yeah, this is Tina, y'all. How y'all like Tina? Anyway, thanks again for coming through and checking me and Tina out. Thanks for that thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Who was that? I appreciate you. I am getting ready to come up. I am going to play my son's, it's a trailer, he said. He started a YouTube station, so you're going to see Miss Annette's show start with it. It's Courtney and Klein Plays Around the World. You can find them on YouTube, and I'd appreciate if y'all check them out. Support the family. Let's go. It's a family affair. So thank you, everybody. And here we go again with Courtney and Klein Plays Around the World. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next week, everybody stay safe and enjoy. Good night. And it's what? The point is go hard or go home.